When you hear the word scientist or doctor, does a man or a woman first come to mind? According to a study published in the Journal of Educational Psychology, people from over 66 countries overwhelmingly responded that they associate those words and their fields with men rather than women. The researchers who did this study believe that more women will enter the field of STEM when long-held beliefs are changed. But how exactly do we change these beliefs? We have to start by changing the attitudes of the leaders in STEM. Perceived responsibility of leaders in STEM affects the way that they view women in the field. Leaders who exhibit low levels of responsibility are more inclined to think that women should be at home caring for a family instead of pursuing a job that they love in the field of STEM. They think that a woman's choice to pursue family is the single obstacle barring them from a successful career in STEM. Obviously, we need to raise a generation of men that view women as their equals in the workplace. And besides, having women on a team is good for the work environment as it promotes teamwork, and problems can be solved when you have a team that is more diverse with different backgrounds, demographics, and ethnicities. So if all that's true, then why won't people work hard to promote the number of women in STEM, and especially women of color? We need to create a work environment where women feel comfortable and not looked down upon by their male peers. People, in fact, end up mimicking those that they like, including their bosses, who they seem to expect to exhibit the generally accepted behavior of the workplace. So people mimic their bosses, and they have these prejudices against women, and the people doing the mimicking end up being more well-liked as a result. So this is how these toxic ideas spread and how women are discouraged from being a part of the STEM workplace. If we can change the attitudes of the leaders in STEM, then more women will be hired in the field, which will create a new generation of women and young girls that will be inspired by their mothers, their aunts, and other important figures in STEM. And they too will be encouraged to pursue what they want. Growing up, my dad was a printed circuit board designer, and he's always encouraged me to pursue what I want, which happened to be science. I did a lot of science fairs when I was little. However, not all girls were as lucky as I was to have such a central support system. In fact, girls are discouraged from pursuing STEM at all stages of education due to socialization and lack of opportunities and exposure. We need to help parents and teachers teach girls to adopt growth mindsets and encourage them to pursue the things that they truly want. As of 2015, 25% of the STEM workforce was made up of women, which is an improvement from 7% in 1970. However, we still have a long ways to go. These statistics are even lower for people working in the computer sciences, especially women, and women of color as well. Latina, Black, and Asian women, their combined participation in STEM amounts to less than 10% of all working scientists and engineers. So we can and will raise a new generation of women that will no longer be discouraged from pursuing the sciences, but we need to start by changing the attitudes of the men in charge. In the future, people should associate the words science and doctor with women just as frequently as they are being associated with men. Thank you.